Welcome back into the Birdland Network, where we talk all things Orioles and Major League Baseball. Here we are. We are fully into the off-season now. Hot stove is starting to heat up. The winter meetings are right around the corner. And not a lot to talk about right now, but there is one thing I do want to talk about. Over the last week or so, Mike Elias has had a couple interviews with the media, and he announced the other day that Oriole Park is going to be going through another renovation with the left field wall. So they are going to tweak that left field wall yet again this offseason to have it ready for the 2025 season on opening day, which I thought was kind of interesting. Now, for those who don't know, of course, from 1992 to 2001, from 1992 to 2021, the configurations were pretty much a bandbox at Oriole Park. Oriole Park was considered very much a hitter-friendly park. There was a total of like 5,911 home runs from 1992 to 2011, which led the major leagues. It was definitely a hitter-friendly park. And of course, the Orioles wanted to correct that. They really wanted to make it more of a pitcher-friendly, or what they hoped at the time would be a little less hitter-friendly of a bandbox. And that's why in 2022 they made the changes and they backed the wall up as much as 20 feet in a lot of areas. They even raised the wall from 8 to 15. And it really affected the hitters on both sides, on the Orioles side and those that came in from opposing teams. But for the Orioles themselves, they lost a total of 72 home runs over the last 3 seasons, according to Baseball Savant. And that's a lot. That's 72 home runs over the last 3 seasons. That's a lot. That's a lot of home runs. Now, that makes the pitchers happy, helps to keep them in games and keep from having big innings and a lot of runs. The hitters, they're not very happy about that. So the Orioles, what have they decided to do? They're going to go ahead and readdress the left field wall yet again. They're going to make more renovations. The seating is not going to be impacted by this renovation. Basically, they're going to bring the wall in as much as 20 feet in some areas and as little as 9 feet in other areas. The wall is also going to be lowered from 15. I think they're going to go down to 8 or 9 feet. And Mr. Splash is going to have a platform area. So seating isn't going to be affected at all, but they are going to make changes and bring that wall in a little bit. So it's not going back to the old dimensions at all. It's not going to be a bandbox. What they're really hoping is this is going to be a little bit more of a neutral, level playing ground for both pitchers and hitters. So it won't be so easy to just have a lazy fly ball and then it leaves Oriole Park. You'll have to give it a little bit of a poke to get it out. And I think that's what the Orioles are hoping for. In their opinion, they overcorrected with the first renovation, and now they're going to course correct back a little bit. And they hope to have all this ready by 2025. So here's what I'll say about it, in my opinion. I understand it. They're trying to make things a little bit more conducive to their right-handed hitters, guys like Ryan Mountcastle, Kobe Mayo, Jordan Westberg. Those types of guys are going to probably really like this. It's going to make them a lot happier, especially somebody like a Ryan Mountcastle, whose numbers significantly dropped. His power numbers significantly dropped once they moved that wall out, pushed that wall out. His numbers went down significantly. So I think the hitters are going to be really happy about this. I don't think the pitchers are going to be too upset because it's not as far in as it used to be. It's still a little ways back. So I do think this is a better neutral ground. What I don't like is, I personally think it should have stayed the way it was. I think hitters should not be conducive to be pull happy and to try to be pull friendly and hit everything to the left side like that, like a Ryan Mountcastle, who totally relies on as a pull hitter to hit the ball out of the ballpark to left field. And he couldn't do it. He had warning track power with the Orioles after they moved it back. Moving it back in, I don't think it helps his cause to become a better hitter. Hitting the ball up the middle, trying to go the way with the other ball. I think his power numbers will increase again. I do think he'll be happy about it, and I think his numbers will go up. I think you might see even more out of Jordan Westberg. You might see Kobe Mayo really crack some big home runs here. Even left-handed hitters, somebody like a Gunnar Henderson. Wow, it's going to be big for him, too. With his power, he'll be able to go the other way a little bit more. His power numbers could go up as well. So overall, I think this is definitely going to help on the offensive side of things. I think the Orioles are really going to have to look into this on the pitching side when they make decisions on what they're going to do. They're going to need to try to stay away from fly ball pitchers because now that the dimensions are coming in a little bit more, it's going to make it a little bit more conducive to hitting home runs. So we'll see. I want to hear from you guys now. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? What do you think about the Orioles reconfiguring the left field wall yet again? Real quick here, I will show you. Here's a quick look at what it's going to look like. I think it's, again, we're looking at everything going in from 384 feet down to 373. They're going to go in from 13 feet high to 9 feet high. They're going from 398 feet to the furthest out to 376, 374, 363. There's a lot of dimensions that are really going to be updated, as you guys can see in the picture up here. So I'm interested to see how this works for the Orioles. Does it help them? Does it hurt them? I don't know, but I want to hear from you guys in the chat or in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. And other than that, guys, if you made it this far, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. It definitely helps the video as well. And until next time, keep rooting for the O's or your team, and take care of yourselves and each other. Bye now.